This video will cover a method of pre-shading known as zenithal highlighting. To understand the concept, we should understand where the term comes from. Zenithal refers to a point on the celestial sphere directly above the observer, or in our case, the model. Zenithal is point number 2 in this diagram. In short, a zenithal highlight is a highlight from directly above. Start with a model already primed black and put some white in the airbrush. Here I've used Vallejo primers, but you can use the primer of your choice. I get great results with Stynylrez as well. Gray can be used as a first highlight, and white as a second more focused highlight to help smooth transitions, but I find with careful control you can achieve the same results by just jumping straight to white. I start with a very light dusting from directly above the model. At this stage, I'm looking to bring out the biggest and most pronounced details of the miniature. After I feel like I've covered all the top surfaces, I take another good look at the model. Here I'm observing how the highlight will lay on the main areas of focus on the miniature: the face, hands, weapons, and any other detail that draws the eye to it. Now, being careful not to obscure those areas of focus, I lay another light dusting on the miniature from about a 45-degree angle above ground level. This light dusting serves as a transition to my brightest highlights. I try to keep this very light. It should look gray on the model and not white. Be sure to stop and check your model frequently. With that step complete, most of the detail of the model should be nicely visible now, and we can start to bring out more contrast. The next pass will again be a dusting, but from a higher angle, closer to 65 or 70 degrees above the ground plane. Now we want to start to bring out more contrast in the whole model, especially the main areas of focus. Stop and check your work frequently. We don't want to overdo it. The final step is to spot highlight our brightest full white. Some areas may already be close to that, but we want to make sure so we can utilize the full spectrum of black to white. We're going to go back to the main areas of focus and bring the topmost highlights up as much as we can. At this stage, you want to stop and observe the whole model. Find the interesting areas and parts you may want to bring out more. Add more contrast in those areas. Just remember to stop and check your work often. You can always add more white primer, but once you've washed an area out with too much white, you cannot easily go back. This method is great for high detail work because it allows you to start your project with a template of dark to light contrast, which you can utilize as a guide for your base and highlight layers. However, I feel this method really shines as a base for speed painting. You can lay very thin layers of paint over the top and utilize the contrast as your shades and highlights, saving you several steps from the standard methods of miniature painting. For live interactive tutorials, follow Pitts Pilot and subscribe on Twitch. For weekly content including tutorials, tips, and gaming videos, click subscribe here on YouTube. And if you want to see more examples of my work, you can always follow me on social media. Thanks for watching.